This your boy Monty G from the Fan Mission Podcast. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get all access to motivated and inspiring videos on this Fan Mission Friday. Every Friday. Let's get to the podcast. Yo, what's up? This your boy Monty G on the Fan Mission Podcast. And today we got a special one, man. We're going to be talking about the youth today. So let me go ahead and bring my guest in. Let him introduce himself.
Yo,
So
what's
go
up?
ahead. Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. Go ahead and tell the people your name, what you do, and where you from.
All right. Now, y'all, I hope everybody's blessed out there. My name is, they call me world famous Jimi Jam. And what I do is work in the community and work with others and just strive to educate people, man, in ways to better themselves and be role models for the future, you know, as far as being an athlete or being scholars in schools, man. That's what I do.
Oh, okay. So we're going to start off with what kind of information you have for the youth, man, for the kids
Okay.
that's growing up.
Oh, well, the information that I have, going through trials and tribulations and coming up as a youngster without the father figure in the life, you know, being put just with the mother to raise the family. And, you know, as we come up, we think we grown. So I'm the oldest of four. So therefore, I'm second to the oldest of four, the first born male in the family. So therefore, I took it upon myself to be strong and be a survivor for my mother. So therefore, I went through a lot of trials and tribulations, but I lived and learned to be try to be a better person, you know, and each one teach one as we go through this place we call life. You know what I mean? And I would like to try to do what I can for the youth as far as being a role model through sports, athlete, after school programs. I like to see them in the better their future because a lot of kids come from broken homes and therefore they need big brothers and sisters programs and 501c3 programs they can turn to and go and have a chance to be better in life. Without the role models, the kids will be led astray and led to the wrong way, like to be with gangs. You know, they can be misled and fall in juvenile facilities because they're being misled. But if you lead them in the right direction, if you lead a child in the right direction, they'll go astray. You know what I'm saying? They had the opportunity to be straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So as growing up, I'm gonna step on you on a little bit. As growing up as a kid, and now you much older, what is something you had to unlearn?
Well, one thing I had to unlearn was growing up in a single parent home. I had to learn try to be obedient. Being obedient is you know, coming up. That's something hard when you got peer pressure, people all around you. Don't have that father figure in your life. You raised up in a single parent home, so you don't have that father to keep that pressure. You know what I'm saying? But other kids have had fathers in their life, but growing up without that father figure, you know, you fall astray and you had a tendency to go down the wrong road. You know, but life has a way of teaching us. Will get us straight sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? If you have to get in trouble, get arrested, or go to a juvenile facility and steer straight, you know, programs like that. But I was blessed not to have to be incarcerated as a juvenile. But I came close now. I came close many times going to juvenile courts and stuff. But I was able to be blessed enough to stay on the right path as a juvenile. But, you know, that's what's up.
Yeah, man. You know, and the reason I asked that question, like, what is something we had to unlearn? Because, you know, as I get much older, I realized that I had a belief. I was believing what my parents was believing, my grandmother was believing. And, you know, at that time, I mean, I ain't know no better. So, but now as I'm getting older, I'm like, no, it ain't like that. It's like this. So it's
Right,
some things I had to unlearn.
right,
So
right,
that's
right,
why I
right.
asked the question, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So what even motivated you to reach out to the young kids? That is this something you just like you always want to do, or something like, you know what, these kids need something to do, so I'm gonna be a
Trials,
coach.
trials and tribulations, growing up in a single parent home, not having a father figure there, having my mama to drop me off, mama put me in on the baseball teams and trying to do constructive things, being a single parent and with a young kid at the age of 10, 12 years old, being put in a baseball league, such as Little League. I played Little League baseball, went up like two or three different, no disrespect, but I only was like two, three blacks on the team. And, it's good that our family took the time out, took time out with me and helped my mom. Like we'll get Jimmy to practice. We'll get Jimmy home. That way, it's stuck in my head today. What they did for me then, I respect that now, and so I choose to do the same thing to help someone who might have been struggling in a broken home, to try to lead them in the right direction. Because at 9 or 10, what I did at 9 and 10, I still remember the LaFont family that took me in. And they was fortunate, what I'm saying. You could tell that they was wealthy and people had money, but they were still willing to help. So they got me to practice, they got me home. You know what I'm saying? I might not have been the best baseball player, but I played and I was on the team, and they taught me things. And so I became, as I grew up and everything, I learned to play baseball, football, basketball, ran track, but I had somebody positive in my corner. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, having them role models go a long way in life, man, because they won't forget you. Because as I grew up and I did my deed and did what I did as an adult and came back to society and said, I'm going to give my 100% effort to work with the youth. I done it with no money. They gave me a team. I worked with the kids. I practiced with them in the housing projects that is known in Tennessee, in Jackson, Tennessee, better known as Lincoln Courts. I worked with the kids, went into the community and worked with the children, knew their parents, went to school with the parents, and broken homes, poverty. That's what we come up in. So therefore, I went back there and devoted my time and my heart, and I worked with the children in the community, put a baseball team together, 9 through 12. And we worked together, and I was like a parent to them. So I was hard on them, man, because I want them to do the right thing when they with me and respect me, because I come from the same kind of neighborhood. But I wanted to work with the kids, man. I meant that, because I come in the neighborhood with the baseball bat, bags and stuff, and take them to the park, make sure when we go to games, they have to have a whole uniform on. And we only lost one game, and I trained those kids and taught those kids to be champions. And we want the city championship, and the city became involved in us because we want the city championship, and they offered us a chance to go see the St. Louis Cardinals play. I took the kids, all paid expense from the city, and we got a chance to go see Mark McGuire play Barry Bonds before he left the league, and they both hit home runs. So those were landmarks, and that's history that those kids, they're grown now. They'll never forget that.
Yeah. So, yeah. And what kind of advice that you can give to parents that can probably help their kids?
Listen to your kids, because they going to school now and they in a whole different environment now than what we came up in. So they doing a whole lot of things now. They more advanced now than we was, and they're more. I would say kids today are smart because they got all kind of tablets, they got computers, everything to educate them. So a lot of kids' parents are probably illiterate. They just don't know. A lot of kids' parents dropped out of school. But a lot of single parent, broken home families. But my advice is them to listen to their kids, because you can pay attention to your kid and still not know your child though. You know what I mean? You gotta talk to him, listen to what he's saying. You know what I mean? Because when they go astray, you need to know when they go astray. Pay more close attention to them. Don't be so thinking that they just a good kid until you find out they done got in trouble. And you watch videos from school or something where they've been fighting or join some kind of gang, and they show them gang activity in a video, and then you be like, oh my God, I can't believe that's my child. Yeah, well, you got to pay more close attention to them.
Yeah.
That is my advice.
Yeah, and that's what's up, because and a lot of times, like you say, you got to listen to your kids, and the truth hurts, and your kid know the truth.
Right.
So when they speak the truth, I think you shouldn't stop them and say, "Shut up, boy! You know what you're talking about. You too
Right.
young. You don't know nothing." Because these kids got eyes and they ears and they listen and they
Oh yeah.
watching and they know what's going on. They ain't
Yes,
crazy.
sir. Yes, sir. They pay attention
So,
to everything, man.
man,
Everything in the streets. Everything in the
yeah.
streets, they pick it up.
And I tell people all the time that you know, we gon' as kids we gonna learn good or bad,
Right.
but we have to be taught, and you got to be careful because some people can teach your kids the wrong way
Right.
and they have the wrong mindset. You know,
Right.
I had the wrong mindset for years,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
it took me to have kids to realize that I was doing something wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I started changing and I started doing stuff. So, um, if you can talk to your 60-year-old self at the age you're at right now, what would you tell them?
If I was talking to who now?
Your 16-year-old self at the age you at right now.
Um, let me make sure I understand the question. I heard you saying, but I want to make
O-
sure I understand what you're
Okay,
saying.
if you can talk to your 16-year-old self,
16-year-old self.
yeah, you
Yeah. Right.
at the
Okay.
age you at right now, at the age
Right.
you at right now, what would you tell him? What kind of advice you would say to your 16-year-old self? Like,
I'll be like, tell myself, stay in school, son. Hey, it's better things gonna be there for you. You just apply yourself. You gotta, in order to achieve, you got to apply yourself and don't get
mm,
sidetracked. At the age, being at the age that you are, there's a lot of kids creating babies and stuff. So protect yourself and try to stay focused and definitely make sure you do your work because that's gonna be important that you pass these classes so you can go to high school and take these classes and so you can get prepared for college.
now, I like that. I like that answer. But today, do you see the difference between our generation and the new generation? Like
Oh,
today?
oh yeah, I see a lot of difference in that. Our parents back then had to do what they had to do, but they say stuff to us and we listened to them. But we took chances anyway, but we still listened to our parents now, but we still took chances and we made things happen, good or bad. We made things happen, but we learned from it. But today's generation, man, this is like it's just gonna be rough out here with these kids because they've been influenced to go so many directions, man. I mean, doing so many things, and there's so much stuff out there now, so many different types of drugs out there that these kids are sampling and trying. We didn't have no stuff like that coming up. So you know what I mean? So we went into no drugs. So we might try to drink or something, like some back in my days, the Coke 45. We tried to get a 40 of Coke 45 and drink that and tried to drink the whole bottle and knowing it was messing us up. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But today these kids got drugs and stuff, man. And this stuff, they trying stuff and now it's killing them, man. They dying young. They dying more now at a young age than we did when we was young, because we didn't experience those type of things. We didn't have those things out here, but they got a lot of things to look out for.
Yeah, and it's crazy because see you're a little bit older than me, so y'all in y'all era it was drinking beer.
Yeah.
In our era, it was smoking weed. In
Right,
they
right.
era, they like, well, you would smell the lick on you, you would smell the weed on you.
Yeah.
So take this pill. And
Yeah.
and it's like once it's down, you don't ain't no turning back.
Right, right.
And that's scary. I don't even like to
Yeah.
take pain medicine. So,
Right. Be zooted
and
out.
and then on your thing, you saying, I'd have stayed in school and I did this, but now this generation, the school is outdated,
Right.
and the kids now they making money off YouTube. They making money off video games. They making more money than their parents.
Right, right,
You
right.
see what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like the parents trying to tell them to stay in school, and it's crazy because they should tell us stay in school.
Right.
But the crazy part was it wasn't no guarantee. We thought it was a guarantee if we stayed in school,
right,
we'd have had a better life.
right,
But
right. Yeah.
that's not guaranteed to have a better
Nah.
life. Some people go to college and come home and be mediocre.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And
A lot of kids go to school. What happened to them? And their
yeah,
parents paid their way, and they be messed up on everything.
yeah.
They just
So
be a
it's
total
not a
loss.
guarantee. Yeah, it's not a guarantee that your life will be good, but it's a guarantee you're gonna have to pay them books off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You
You see
definitely
what I'm
gonna have to do
saying?
that. Yeah. Student
So
loans.
so when like this, when you hear the word education, what's the first thing come to your mind?
Is the first thing come to my mind is to me, who getting an education nowadays is what I'm wondering. Kids are going to school, but are they focusing on their education?
Mm,
That's what I wonder. Are they really focusing until the report cards come out? You know what I mean?
yeah, but when you say like you say the school, because that's the first thing popping in your mind is school, right?
Right. Yeah.
But the question is, when do you stop educating yourself? When you
When
get out of
do you?
school?
Oh, you said. Oh, you
When
said
do
when?
when do you stop educating yourself?
Never. Never.
Never.
Never.
So the kids, they've been getting the wrong education, learning about stuff in the 1600s and
Right.
carrying on. Now, when they get out of school, they don't want to educate themselves because they can go on YouTube and learn.
Right.
They can go
You're
on all
right.
kind of like you can learn how to do all kind of stuff. You can learn how
Oh,
to
yeah.
do hair. You can learn how to cook right on YouTube, TikTok, all
Right.
the stuff they got.
That's
But
right.
they rather learn. It's like they don't want to educate themselves. They want to entertain themselves
That's right. They want to entertain. Yeah.
and entertain others. You
Right.
know, and there's so much information out here. It's free information, but
Yes, sir.
things that's free,
Yes, sir.
they overlook it.
Yes, sir.
You
It's
know
a
what I'm
lot of
saying?
things free. A lot of educational things free. After school programs, 501c3. I don't care where you live at. If you're paying attention to this podcast, take it and Google 501c3 free education, free grants. Find out in your community where there is help for you. Remember,
Mm,
501c3 grants, 501c3 help after school program. If you Google that right there in the community you in, there's a website somewhere that's guaranteed to help you. It's programs out there got money in the communities that you don't know about. In your
mm,
community, in your area code, and the way you live at, if you find out the 501c3 free education, free child care, you can find out places for your kid to go for free, and they watch your kid while you go to school to get an education. So there's no
mm,
reason not to be educated.
mm. And a lot of stuff is a lot of people don't got the information, but if you seek, you'll find it. If you look
That's
for
right.
it, you'll find it. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? And a lot of people will say they don't have time. No, we make time for what we really want to do.
That's right.
We have time. But
That's
it's the
right.
question is, do you really want to get help?
That's right.
Do you
That's
really
right.
want to learn a trade? Do
That's
you
right.
really want to grow? You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Yes, sir. Because I got a
that's
story behind that one. Because coming up in a single parent house, being the man, with my mama being halfway slick, thinking I'm being slick, doing all I can to help my mama. I had to learn too. So I had to learn about programs and things that I could do, and I had to apply myself. Too bad I had to get myself in trouble and to be incarcerated, to be reformed in order for me to get myself together. It took me to sit down to say, am I going to keep going through problems in life, or am I going to sit down and try to go and get this education? Because my mom and my father was welders. They was welders, black
mm,
welders in the 70s. They
mm,
made, they've had marks. They made history in marks. My mom was the first black woman to go to a trade school
mm,
in Tennessee, and she's in the history books. So my father had always been a welder. He had to go under somebody else and learn the trade of welding, and then he was successful all the way to his dying day and retired. But my
mm,
mom learned how to weld as a young black woman, and
mm,
she stayed in vocational school and graduated, being the first black woman in history to finish welding school in the 70s.
Mm.
So it's in me to do it too. So I had to go through my trials and tribulations through school, being a hardhead, going to jail, getting out of jail, saying, what am I gonna do now with my life? I shook it off and I started having kids, and I said to myself, I gotta do it better for myself and for my kids. So I entered trade school and got into welding. When I got into
Mm-hmm.
certificates, and it made me a career. And I started thinking like, man, I can't be out here in these streets. Now I got a trade. And they
Mm.
got all kind of programs out there for you to get the trades, you know. So I got my trade. So that's where I'm in my career right now. You know, went from
Oh,
being a career criminal to having the education now and being a world class welder. So that's where I'm at.
man, that's what's up, man. So what is the best choice that you made in your life?
Was it accepting that I could be wrong and learn and grow up to be a man,
Mm.
take on responsibility, and stop thinking that I was the man and learn to be a man. Let's say that.
Mm.
Stop thinking I was the man and learn to be a man and be there.
Man,
Yes, sir. Learn to be a
amen.
man and took upon myself that I need to get a job that I can depend on, get an education, get me something that I can fall back on and nobody can take away from me. So
Mm.
I did that. And I will encourage anybody that I can help and lead them in the direction if they want to go to welding school, electrical school, plumbing school. They got education out there for them. They ain't got no money. They can be 18 years old and you don't have a whole lot of income in, you fall under financial aid. But get your
Mm.
trade. Don't stay out here in these streets and die in these streets when you can change your life. If I can help
Mm.
anybody change their life, that's what I would do.
Okay, okay. So we almost at 20 minutes. We got it. We do an hour of power. In 30
Yeah,
minutes, I ask you some random questions, but
that's
this
what's
is a
up.
question I want to ask you. Do you have a testimony you want to share?
Yes, yes, yes. I do have a testimony. I have a testimony from growing up in a single parent home to thinking I was the man for many years to being incarcerated and being going through the prison system, fighting it and thinking that I could beat it when I had to learn that I can't beat the justice system. I settled down and stayed humble while being incarcerated, talked to an
Mm.
old head, two-time loser, Memphis, Tennessee, two-time loser. When he was younger in school, he was a white hating basketball star. But he got
Mm.
incarcerated. He had an alcohol problem. He kept going to prison. And he sat down and told me, young son, look, young blood, this ain't no place for you. He said, blood, young blood, hey, you got a good head on your shoulder. You read the Bible to me. He couldn't really even read. He sat down and I would read the Bible to him. So I came closer to him. He was old head. He was three-time loser, prison.
Mm-hmm.
Loser. So it wasn't enough for him to come back. He know the system. I'm the first time coming in there trying to learn the system, but he took
Mm.
me in. He took me in. I read to him. I read his letters to him. I read the Bible to him, and I stayed by his side. I promised myself, man, this is not for me. I'm not coming back to this. I made
Mm.
the society say that once you come in, you will repeat. I said I would not be a statistic to this
Mm.
system, and I have never went back to prison. And therefore, I'd rather come to prison and educate. But I will not. I do not want to be a number. I don't want to be
Mm.
another statistic. I don't want to be another a number that they have to feed and make money off of. There's so much politics in it now. It's like it's about money now. It's not just you can commit a crime, but you got to pay restitution to the state, and the state makes money off of you.
Yep. And I would like to say to the kids that sometimes, man, like I don't know now, but back when I was back in the days, I know they was getting like 30,000 a year off the inmates.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think they doubling like up to 60,000. You
Right,
know what
because
I'm
in
saying?
my time in the '90s, in the '90s, the early '90s, that's what they was getting. That was getting 30,000 in the early '90s. The state Tennessee Department of Correction was getting 30,000 a head. So when it came time for you to go up to parole, yeah, you was a number, but it was all depending on what type of crime you had and was you gonna make parole. Because
Mhm.
you a number. They making money off of you. It's this is a business. That's why Michael Jordan got into the private institutional business of
Mhm.
corporate of America because it's money. It's money to be made by private people who got a lot of money. They pull their money together and say, we gonna build this prison. We'll always make money. We'll
Yep.
always have inmates. We'll bring them in from different states. We will all. This is a business that we will always make money. You can't lose on this business. So a lot of people invested in it. So that's
Yep.
why I say you gotta be careful for what you do in your life, because you can be stuck in a institutional if you don't become upright as a juvenile. So that's why I would love to work with kids in any way I can, give them my time, free time when I got time, to educate them and do all I can to see to them that they walk across that graduation line and take that tassel and throw their hat and say, I'm going to college.
Mm,
Yes, sir.
yeah. And I tell people, I say, when you go to college, it's not what they teach you. It's about the connect that you run into, all the people from different places. And when you go and meet someone, that can really change your life.
Right.
That person can change your life and show you some things that you never thought about or you never seen or nothing. Just wake you up. You know,
That's right.
you you can't stay in your hometown forever
No.
thinking you're gonna do something different. No, you're gonna do the same thing everybody else doing.
Yeah.
You
Be
know what I'm
a
saying?
fan.
So, you know, um, I'm from Chicago, but I came down to Peoria in like 96, 97, like 97.
Yeah.
And I wasn't too far from home, but it changed my life,
Right.
and I think I went to jail. I know I went to jail more times in Peoria, but
Yeah.
and now hindsight, I look at it like I supposed to because I was getting away with too much in Chicago.
Right. 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 Bigger
You know what I'm
cities.
saying? It bigger city, they couldn't keep a hold of
Motel.
them. But I was in a smaller city. I was going to jail, and like I
Yeah.
felt like I was like you. I was like, man, I had trouble with reading, writing. I ain't
Right.
understand nothing. I ain't know the system. I was getting railroaded. They was hitting me
Yeah.
with years and everybody was like, bro, you shouldn't even be in here, man. They
Right.
locked you
Right.
up for this. Oh my God. And I said, you know
Yeah.
what? Time out. And that's when I learned that they scared of the educated and they take advantage of the non-educated.
Right.
So now when I started educating myself
That's right.
and when I came home, I got married.
Yeah.
I ain't seen, knock on wood, I ain't seen handcuffs on my person
Yeah.
for more than 20 years.
Hey, that's a blessing, brother.
I
That's a
don't even
blessing.
know what the back of a police car smell like.
Right. It's
You know,
a brother. That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. Because when
yeah,
they lock you up these days, you shake your head because it's a process. It's a process you got to go through, and
yeah, man.
it affects your self esteem.
And these young kids, they talk about, like it's cool to go to jail, but I'll be the first one to tell y'all, man, it's not cool going to jail. Like, not even having a record on your back,
Right.
but getting treated, and man,
Yes,
being
sir.
strip searched,
Oh
being
yeah. Told when to eat.
eating the bogus food, telling you when you
Yeah.
got to,
Yeah.
man, not even being, man, you couldn't even open the refrigerator. I was reading a book, man, and this dude was saying like he was locked up for years, man, and he broke down crying when he got some ice. I think he was locked up for 30 years and he ain't never had ice.
Man. Yeah. That's a blessing, though.
You see
Say,
what I'm saying?
yes,
He
sir.
broke down crying when somebody gave him a cup of ice
That's what's up, man.
because you know what I'm saying? Because his freedom been took that long. And
Yeah.
I know a couple people that's locked up and they fresh on the bit from Peoria. They like, man, I been gone 5 years, but I still got 85 to go. And I'm like, wow.
Wow.
And they're like, I'm trying to get this time back. And I tell kids, I say, you don't want your book to end like that because we are authors of our book.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all about helping people.
That's right.
And you don't want to. So, and I ask people this, I say, is you control of your emotions or your emotions control you?
That's right.
You know, because if your emotions control you, man, your emotions can lead you to a place that it's hard to get out of,
That's right.
like prison or the graveyard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can make
Yeah.
one wrong move on your emotions and you be incarcerated and you be facing bonds and hearings and telling you what charges you got and you're looking toward a long and lengthy life sentence possibility. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be in control of your actions because you make one wrong move, you better know them laws. I studied law when I was incarcerated. You got to know
Hey,
your law. You got to study what charges you got and know
and
that's how lawyers do it. That's how they make the law. You read what every move you make and everything you do when you get a charge. You study your charges, then you'll know how you got your charges, why you got your time.
yeah, because right now I could say about 85% of the people don't have a library card. You know, they shutting down libraries. They don't got no information no more.
Right.
But boy, you get locked up behind them bars.
You be in that
You
library.
oh yeah, you be in that law library.
Yeah.
You be
Yeah.
trying to get that time back. You gonna read. You gonna crack open them books.
Oh yeah.
You only gonna spend probably a year or two playing cards,
Yep.
lollygagging, and after that, you
Yeah.
gonna say, "Bro, I want to go home, bro."
Yeah. You got to find that loophole in that case. What
Yeah,
where they messed up.
yeah,
Where they dropped the ball. Only
because
if you took it to trial. Now, if you cop the plea, you plea bargain with them, you gave up all your rights. But if you went to trial and lost your case, therefore you got a right to appeal one day.
yeah, and
You
that's
don't
what I'm
get that
saying.
right once you get that plea bargain. That takes everything away. So that's
Yeah.
about it though. So
So
hey,
and I say this world is full of worlds, and
oh
that's
yeah,
one world you don't really get caught up in because if you don't know about it, you're gonna have to learn about it.
oh yeah. It
Yeah,
ain't
you're
no
gonna have
good
to learn
thing.
about it.
Yes,
So,
sir.
um, let me see. I had a couple questions for you, man.
Yes, sir.
I'll be following you on a book,
Yes,
and
sir.
I see you in a motorcycle club.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Tell
I'm
me a
on the
little bit
set.
about
I'm
that.
on the
What?
motorcycle set. I'm on multiple sets.
Okay. So tell me the first time you learned how to ride a motorcycle.
I learned how to ride a motorcycle when I was like 10 years old. My
Whoa.
mom was an independent mother, and I learned the love of the bikes because my white young classmates had dirt bikes. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
afford a dirt bike, but I told my mama I wanted one because my fellow classmates had one, but they had money, man. They could afford everything. But my mama worked hard and she found a bike for me, and it was my first bike was a C. It's called a CB 100. You know what
Mm.
I mean? So that was my first bike. A CB 100 is a Honda. And she bought that bike and I learned to ride it. You know, I dropped it a couple times. I dropped mini bikes and stuff like that, burnt the leg. But I've eventually learned how to ride it. So I learned how to ride it and keep it up. But then I learned how to get on the streets with bikes. And then I learned the do's and don'ts of hit cars and all that. So I done done that. I've been there. I've been in wrecks and stuff. I done rode the long miles.
Okay, so you learn from your mistakes, huh?
Yeah, I learned from my mistakes, but I did learn to get my driver license.
Yeah, on the real. And
Yeah,
and that's another thing that a lot of people they make mistakes and they fail and they just give up. But don't give up because you learn from your mistakes. You learn from your mistakes. You learn that I'm not going to do that no more.
that's right.
Yeah.
But the
So,
golden rule, one of the golden rules about riding bikes is I don't want to scare nobody, but if you ride motorcycles, two things you know. You gonna go down. You just don't know what day. You just don't know when in life
mm,
you're gonna go down. But that's the best experience is for you to go down and take that fall and get back up. A lot of
mm,
people go down in a wreck and get back up and they be like, man, I'm through. But some people go down, you learn from your mistakes and you learn to be more watch, pay attention more. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
For sure. I'm all over the country. Like I said, I'm all over the country with the MC thing. I like to visit the Chicago set, the Memphis set, the Louisville set. So it's sets out there that I like to go and visit. And they show me so much love, man, because we do things for charity, we do things for fun. They got a program they do every year here in Peoria. It's called Toys for Tots. You know, they do that. We
Mm,
go to State Burners MC Club got a thing they do, back to school book bags, and they got an organization that we feed every year for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. We feed. I normally be the one to smoke the turkeys and everything, and we feed the neighborhood. Right, invite everybody down to get them a Thanksgiving meal, and we was doing things in the neighborhood, man. With Vicky Wyatt in Peoria is a great
Mm,
person, and what she done was she worked at the place where they give out food for the people less fortunate who need food. You know what I'm saying? A pantry, food pantry. So
mm.
she always helped us. Thank you, Vicky. She always helped us as far as putting together with the state burners and putting food together, food drives, and in the community to help us to feed people, man. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what we did. We always try and do things for the public, man.
Yeah. So, man, tell me a little bit about your name, man. How you come up with the name?
Well, the world famous come
Mm,
from. I used to own a music store in Jackson, Tennessee. That was my
okay.
first business. That's my first business that I had. It was called KJ's Music Store. It was Kenneth and Jimmy's Imports. It's African Imports One Stop Shop. And I was right down the street from a historic black college called Lane College in Jackson, Tennessee. And me and my brother got a music store together. And I sold incense, African imports. I even sold African masks. I owned dashikis. I had like an African little store in my store, and I sold music. So yeah, I dealt with everybody as far as A Ball, Skinny Pimp, most of the rappers out of Memphis. A lot of the main rappers out of Memphis, they come to my store. DJ Squeaky, Gangsta Black, Skinny Pimp, all of them came to my store and dropped their back. Then you could drop. We done
Your
on
CDs.
commission. We done commission. So I had the number one store. You stop at my store, I had a barbecue grill outside, smoking some chicken and some Polishes, and you come inside and buy you a CD. And they had tapes back then. You know what I'm saying? So they had tapes. Then they started doing the CDs, and I had all kind of snippets. And I would bring rappers to the store, and they'll give me their snippets. And they always had snippets they would give out and posters. So that's what made me be Jimi Jam, because I was Jimmy and I kept all the jams.
Hey,
That made me
okay.
Jimmy Jam. And what made me
Okay.
world famous, because when I became in the trade and I got my education and I became a boilermaker, I was able to travel a whole lot of places. I went everywhere. A lot of people fell in love with me with the trade, doing what we do, laughing, singing, everything. So that's why they call me world famous Jimmy Jam. And I travel all over the country. You know, that's
Yeah,
what's up.
man. I seen you on karaoke night and you were
Wow.
singing that song, Let Them Bodies Hit the Floor. I
Yeah.
say, oh man, I say,
Yeah.
man, you just look like the life of the party, man.
Yeah, I try to be. I try to be. I always start out kind of slow, try to feel my crowd, but I'm gonna hit my smash hit. That's my smash hit to change the crowd. Me being black and being a guy that sing a lot of rock music, and that gets a lot of attention. I give you, for
Man,
example, I was in a bar, an all white bar. They said, don't go to this bar in Elkhart, Indiana. And I was working up there. They said, do not go to that bar, man. It's a bunch of rednecks down there. I said, man, I don't care nothing about that. I'm going to sing me a song. I walked in there, like the music stopped. They all looked at me and smiled. But I went straight to, had a drink. I went to the DJ. He said, what you going to play, some rap? I said, no, I'm going to do some Johnny Cash. They looked at me crazy. But when I done that smash hit, when I done the smash hit bodies, they bought me all kind of drinks. They pat me on the back. And I was like, I was in there. But
yeah,
that goes to show you you can do multiple things, and people just they judge you by your character once they get to know you.
yeah, and that's
So
what it
that's
is, man. Um, you said it, judge you by your character, man. And a lot of people need to work on that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to have a good character. I tell my kids that all the time.
oh yeah.
So tell me what you like to smoke on the cooking side.
On the cooking side, I like to smoke. I love to smoke ribs, ribs because I like to take my time with my ribs. I baited my ribs.
Hmm.
I put them on the grill with a high temperature. Then I snatch them off. Then I rub them down. Then I wrap them in foil. Then I put them back on. Then I start multitasking. So I might have chicken over here. I might have ribs right here. I might have steaks over here. I be on the grill just doing all kinds of things, but I
Hmm.
make them ribs. I make sure the ribs slow cook.
So okay, so is Do you master the pork ribs or the beef ribs?
I master pork and beef. Now I'm gonna tell you a story about the beef ribs. It's an old man named Mr. Jim Neely out of Memphis, Tennessee. His son had a cooking show. Him and his wife had a cooking show. Mr. Jim Neely is an old man, and he still got the song. Hey, he's straight Memphis. He's straight Memphis goon. You go in his restaurant, he's famous. He got plenty of money, but he stick to tradition. He stick to
Mm,
tradition. He don't change. He's a millionaire. I went sat
mm,
down and talked to him. He kind of like told me a way to cook them beef ribs and make sure them beef ribs be tender. So I can
mm,
take a beef rib. I got videos on my page where I cook beef ribs and they twist the bone in the beef rib. Beef ribs are big bones. I can twist the
mm,
big bone straight out of a beef rib.
mm. So
This was up.
okay, so all the listeners and the watchers out there, man, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at because you do be throwing down on the
Oh
grill. I
yeah.
be seeing you
Now
smoking.
Now I actually live in Peoria, Illinois, but I might be anywhere in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like next week, I'll be in Tennessee. I'll be in Tennessee for a while down there working, and we always crank the grill up and I always cook for whoever I'm working for in the crew. So we do that. We do that faithfully. But I
mm-hmm.
reside in Peoria, Illinois. I got a custom made grill, and if you hit me on my page and let me know you're coming through and you're gonna be in town, we're gonna smoke something. We're gonna smoke
Man,
something.
man,
You
well,
know.
go ahead and tell the people your page so they can find you.
World famous Jimi Jam. And I spell
Mm,
Jimmy Jam. I spell Jimmy Jimi Jam. World famous Jimmy Jam, like Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix spelled his name Jimi, and I got Jam with it. So you can hit my page. I look forward to friend request you. And like I say, I can show give you some cooking tips, not only on the grill, but I got all kind of recipes and everything for any type of cooking with anything. I don't care what it is. I got my own Mexican. I got my own Mexican sauces I cook for
mm.
my tacos. I got some tacos I call crack tacos.
Woo,
So when you eat, you can't just eat one of them. You got you gonna keep coming back. And we only sell them for $1. $1 make you holler, baby.
man.
For
All right,
sure.
so
For sure.
we getting up here. So I got a couple questions for you, man. The first question is, what's the first thing you do or think about when you wake up in the morning?
First thing I do and I think about is the coffee pot. When I hit the flow, the coffee pot got to be getting on because when I'm not working, well, I'm on right now. I'm laid off like vacation. I'm gonna go back to work. But the first thing I do in the morning, while my wife is working and I'm not working, my job, I'm the house husband.
Okay,
So my
ain't nothing
job is
wrong
to
with it.
hit that flow, get that coffee pot going. And when she wakes up, the coffee pot is burning. And then I ask her, what do you want this morning to eat? So I pretty much cook whatever she wants on
Mm,
a daily basis, or I go get whatever she wants. Because my job is to please her while I'm off. I don't do much. I sit around a lot. I ride the motorcycles a lot. But my job is the first thing to please her and give the good Lord my gracious and thanks for being alive. Because being off, sometimes you fall through all kind of peer pressure and depression. And like I say, when you are depressed, it's okay to not be okay. Just know that
mm.
you can get help somewhere.
Yeah,
So
just don't. Yeah, it's okay to not be okay, but just
that's
don't
right.
stand. Just don't spend. Just don't stay there.
Right. Yeah,
You
that's
know.
right. Get
So
help. Seek help.
that's right.
So
So
yes, sir.
which one do you prefer, hot or cold?
On which one?
On just on a we can say weather. What's your
Oh,
prep? I mean,
okay, I prefer a hot because as me getting older, I'll be 55 years old in November. And
okay.
One thing I learned about North is the cold affects your joints. So if you was an athlete as a young man and you get older, all those aches and bones that you broke, you're gonna feel those pains. When you get the cold, you will feel those pains. So I would
Oh,
rather be in a warm climate like Florida, California. I'm getting older now, and you stay in the cold because hey, Illinois is cold. Chicago is cold. Peoria get cold. Peoria get cold, man. It's some cold
man.
weather. So I prefer
Yeah.
hot. I can work
Yeah.
them joints better. I can work them joints better. I can do that wave. Hey, I can do that wave.
Yeah. On the real.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
that's why I moved down to Florida.
That's right. As you get
Hello.
older, you gotta take care of your body.
Hey, on the real. So which one you prefer? Hamburgers or tacos?
Hamburgers, because I can eat steak. I can eat chopped beef. I can do steak hamburgers. I can make whatever kind of hamburger. I can make a gourmet
Okay,
hamburger.
okay, okay, okay. Okay. So when you was growing up, what was your favorite cartoon?
It
Yeah,
was
we taking.
Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes.
Ooh, Looney
Looney
Tunes.
Tunes, man. Cause they had so many episodes, all you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Elmer Fudd, them, you know what I'm saying? You had that I said, hey boy, you know, the chicken. Hey, you had that, you had Daffy Duck, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's what I'm saying. That was it. Bugs Bunny, you know what I mean? That had my attention, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. So I, as a kid, because I'm taking it back. What
Yes,
was
sir.
your favorite? What was your favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal, Fruit Loops.
Oh, Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops, sugar, some sugar with a ring, you know what I'm saying? Multiple colors, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
In it, in it to win it. You said back in my day, it was Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops been around for a long time.
okay, okay. Um, what is your favorite pair of shoes of all times?
Oh, really? Is that the question? Mine
Yeah.
is mine now is a square toe gator. And I call it the
Ooh.
belly, which is the bottom of the belly, which is the big blocks. That's what I wear. That's what I love to wear. One of the softest, finest shoe to wear, a boot to wear. Because I got Harley ostrich skin boots, but I like the bellies. I like the square toe bellies.
Mm.
Yes,
Okay, okay. Yeah, the
soft
square
leather,
toe,
soft leather.
soft leather.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Easy for the stepping. If you in Chicago, you're stepping. If you in Detroit, you ballroom.
man, on the real.
Yes,
So,
sir.
let me see. I got this question. You gotta finish it off.
Okay.
I I hate it when people blank.
I hate when people stereotype people.
Mm, mm, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the worst job you ever had?
Working as a laborer.
Yeah, not
Working as a
that.
laborer, you do everything. You get all the shit work that everybody else don't do.
Mm. All right. So, if you can work with anybody, who would you want to work with?
Uh, you know what? I tell you somebody who got my attention as far as an artist, Dave East.
Dave East.
Dave East.
Oh,
Because
he's
he comes so raw. He comes so raw, and that's who I like. I like Dave Beats when you listen to
man.
his lyrics. He giving it to you raw. So you know,
Mm,
I think that'll be a person to be a student under. You know, I'm older than him, but I can still learn a lot because he got the new school, and I know the old school like Scholar Rock, Tila, all of them from the 80s. But that Dave East is raw.
okay. So I remember you saying you had the music thing. So if you were stuck on the island and you only can pick out three albums, what would they be?
It'll be 8 Ball, MJG.
Ooh.
I love Fat Pat from Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and I gotta have me some Tribe Called Quest.
Mm.
Yes, sir. I can listen
Okay.
to it all day. Sitting on
All
top of the
right.
world, 8 Ball MJG. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Say
Okay.
James Pippin for real. You know online.
All right. I look for blank in a woman.
I look for the qualities in a woman.
Mm. Mm. All right. I am a blank.
I am a I am a blessed man.
Yeah. Okay. 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 So, in the last 90 days, how many books or audiobooks have you checked out?
Zero.
Zero?
No, no books.
No books.
I'm a CNN man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay. That's where you get your information from.
CNN. I'm a CNN. I don't listen to Fox. That's fake news. But I listen to CNN. That's me. Every morning when I wake up, it's CNN.
Okay. So if you can play in a movie, if you can remake a movie, and you can play a wait, if you can remake a movie, what would it be, and who would the character you would play?
If I could remake a movie,
Yeah.
it would be it would be I would say I say Curtis Mayfield, Superfly.
Superfly. And who would
Yes,
you
sir.
play? Who would you
Superfly. I would be Ron O'Neal in that movie.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I would be Ron O'Neal.
Okay. What is one thing you are thankful for?
I am thankful to be free.
Mm. Amen.
Free. I'm
Okay.
free.
All right. So what is something that God did for you in your life, and like it was something that happened and you say, man, that wasn't nothing but God, man.
God has he gave me the wisdom to know the difference between right and wrong and lead me in the right direction and keeping me humble today.
Mm.
I'm very
Mm.
humble now. When I used to
Okay.
be quick temper, but now I'm very humble. I listen now. I'm the wise man now. When I
Yeah.
used to be the foolish man, now I'm the wise man.
Yep. And see, that's what you had to unlearn. You had to unlearn that quick temper. You
Yes,
had to humble.
sir.
You had to humble yourself. Put
That's
it in
right.
a jar.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Um.
I can do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
humble.
So on the real. If you can change the world, what would that? If you can do one thing to change the world, what would that be? Like, what would that one thing that you can change the world? You wish you can change the world. Well, not even change the world. That one thing you can do to make the world change to be a better place.
I wish that I could. I wish that I could put uh, black and white glasses on everybody and to decrease racism.
Mm. Yeah, because it started with, and I say this to one of my buddies. They be like, man, what's your race? And I'm like, human.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's only one race, the human race. They
yeah,
made that. They made that up with the, "Are you black or you white?" and this and that. When you fill out applications, is you black or white, Hispanic? Like, no, we only
yeah.
human, bro. We only human.
Right,
No,
right,
ain't there no other race. That's
right.
something. That's how they divide us.
Oh yeah,
You know.
that's what's up for
Yeah.
sure.
So, let me see. What is your favorite thing to cook?
Steak.
Steak? How you cook them?
I cook at a low temperature. I don't cook at high temperature. I cook at a low temperature because I like my steak to be marinated at room temperature. But I like to cook slow. I don't like to cook fast when I don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the more flavor in your steak. When you eat my steak, you can. I used to do my own little catering thing at my house. My motto was, you can. My steak is so tender, you can cut it with a plastic butter knife.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
If you go back and look on my pages, I got pictures of me cooking steaks, and I actually put that to the test. I took a plastic butter knife, took a steak off the grill, and I actually cut it until it laid off, cut like butter.
Mm.
Yes,
Mm.
sir.
Mm. Now
Yes,
you,
sir.
you
Wait.
got me ready for some steak.
Yes,
So
sir.
again, man, go ahead and tell the people where they can find your cooking videos. And I see you promote a lot of people.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
see
sir.
you promote the Crocs.
Yes, sir. That's my wife.
Yeah, okay. I see you promote the popcorn.
Yes, sir. That's
Yep.
that's Sheila. It's a lady I know from in the era. We used to hang out at the bars and sing karaoke, and
Yeah.
she started her own business, and I support her. So I definitely could help anything I can do to help somebody in their business any kind of way. I show up, I pull up, talk to them, take pictures with them, eat their food, taste their food, eat their food in front of the camera so you can see the ingredients and everything. So she got what you call a beef hot dog, almost like Chicago style. The hot
Mm,
dog big, it looked like a Polish, you know,
mm,
and that's what she got, and that's the good beef hot dog. And her
yeah.
popcorn is good. So she's been selling popcorn for years out of her house. She finally got a chance to go step out on the big stage, and the Lord is working for her, so she's doing great. She helping people out. She getting friends jobs. Matter of fact, that was her granddaughter in my picture. Her granddaughter come in, teaching her straight from school to come in, clock in, go to work.
Mm-hmm.
She's building a character.
Man, that's what's up. So, I know we cutting down to a couple minutes, man. Before we cut out, I want to ask you, how was it at Tony Stuckey? He threw a little get together in the park, man. Tell me a little bit about that. I couldn't be there. I'm down here in
Okay.
Florida.
Yeah, I can definitely tell you about it because one thing about me, I consider myself as a pit master chef. And what I do is I walk around and look at everybody's display of their food. It's called Taste in the Hood.
Mm,
He got like so many episodes of it because he does it for the people in the community. He give you a chance to come out, get your food vendor license, get your license for a day, get your sanitation license for a day. You come out, you cook, you make money for yourself, and you help somebody in the neighborhood with whatever you got. I never got a chance to do it, but I was gonna shut that thing down. I told Tony I was gonna shut it down because I'm from the South. I seen lions lined up, turkey legs. People lined up to buy them turkey legs. So that
ooh,
was my challenge to cook the turkey leg. But I was gonna do stuffed turkey leg like
yes,
Texas.
man. I
I'm
was
gonna do
just gonna
stuffed turkey
ask
leg.
you.
I got
I
some
was,
collard greens that's so fire. An old lady
ooh,
taught me how to do these collard greens. I got collard greens. I'm gonna do the turkey, smoked turkey with the collard greens and my macaroni and cheese like my grandmama made.
mm.
You can get all that for $20 from me in a styrofoam container, fresh. Turkey,
Man,
hey, turkey so fire it tastes like ham.
no, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. And I seen y'all partying at the park, and I was like, man, y'all had it going on. I was like,
Yes,
dang,
sir.
man, y'all
Yeah.
made me miss the town, man.
Yeah,
You know,
Tony doing great things in the community, man. He was doing a lot of great things as far as the young coming up, expired rappers, and he's connected with every young rapper coming in from Boosted to, I mean, some of all the younger talent. But he changed his weight from doing that to dealing with the public, dealing with the community, and giving people a chance to come out at this park and be a vendor and sell whatever you want to. So people come out to buy. My buddy named Kale, he got greens and he got the turkey, he got the tips.
mm,
He got the tips. So he sell tips, greens, cornbread, and he had like a little cookie that he called his cookie the honey bun cookie. So, you come to
woo,
Peoria, we got some things for you. But if you come to Peoria and let me know you coming, hey, I got some stuff in the freezer for you. I got some
mm,
tomahawk steaks, baby. I'm talking about 3 and 6. I'm gonna smoke them.
ooh,
I'm gonna smoke them, and I'm gonna smoke them, and I'm gonna smoke 'em.
man.
Just
Hey, boy.
let me know when you come.
Hey, man. Enough said, man. A
Yes,
tomahawk steak.
sir.
You know, I had one last year. I had a couple of them, but on last year I had it for my birthday, and my birthday is September 11th.
Okay, it's coming
So
up.
yeah, it's coming up. So, and
Hey,
I was
Sunday.
wondering, yeah,
Yes,
and I
sir.
was wondering, what do I want for my birthday dinner? And you just remind me of tomahawk steak, man.
The tomahawk. The tomahawk gotta be cooked right. It needs to have a nice marinade too. I know you can get a tomahawk, but I'm gonna tell you, it's a rub that I got. I don't mind sharing it, but you go online and get it. Everything you cook, I want you to rub everything you cook, your chicken. After you wash your chicken, I want you to pat that chicken and give it with the strawberry rub. Go online and look for a strawberry rub. You don't need
Mm,
nothing else. When you cook your steaks, pat that steak with strawberry rub. Cook your
mm,
chicken, pork, anything, strawberry rub. That
mm,
is that's the flavor. You don't need no salt, no pepper, just strawberry rub. Try it. Go online and
mm.
look for it. Google it. Strawberry rub.
Hey, I'm finna go and check it out
Yes,
right now.
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, man. So we come down to the hour, man. So again, go ahead and plug your channel, man. Let them know where they can find your videos. You got anything on YouTube?
I got some videos on YouTube. When you look up Jimi Jam on YouTube, you're gonna come into a whole lot of characters, and it ain't me. So yeah, I'm pretty much on Facebook. You go back and look on world famous Jimi Jam. Like I said, world famous Jimi Jam, Jimi Jam. You look up that, you see all my videos, all my cooking videos, all the bike scenes, all the events, all the slow roll, weenie eat contests, all the fun things we do in the bike world. So that's what we do. We go in different communities and show love to each other, man. You know, that's what we do. And the world famous go be somewhere karaoke singing. So look on my page. I'm trying everything. You know, I'm doing a little something everything, man.
Man, I already know, man. I go visit your channel, and I'll be stuck on your page for at least about 20, 30, 40 minutes. I'm watching your videos. I'm like, oh man, I gotta come back to the town. I gotta kick it with you, do some karaoke, and
Yes,
we gonna
sir.
definitely do some cooking, man.
Oh
So,
yeah.
man,
Oh yeah. I love to cook. That's
yeah.
what's up. So I'll be trying my song tonight at the Elks Lounge here. I'll be doing Gregory Porter. Hold on. This is gonna be the song I'm gonna sing tonight. With him and Kim. Lay your head on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I thought it would be easier than this. You know what I mean? That's what's going on tonight. Yes, sir.
Man, I know you got me hungry right now, man.
Hey.
But yeah, I appreciate you coming on the Fan Mission podcast, man.
That's what's up.
And this is the Fan Mission podcast. So tell me a little bit about your family, man. You know what I'm saying? Before we log out, tell me a little bit about your family, man.
Oh man, my family they got a lot of love in the family. Everybody's spread out because everybody believes in doing their own thing, and that's what I do. So I always stay in contact with my mom and my sister. Then we come together. I just came together with my family, gave my other kids the opportunity to come down and have a meetings of the minds, and we was gonna sit down and eat a good meal over steak dinner, whatever you chose. Texas was Longhorn Steakhouse. So I done that. Yeah. But some of my kids weren't able to make it because they had to find babysitters. They couldn't get babysitters. So I said it was a meeting of the minds. I came all the way to Tennessee just to we had a meetings of the minds with my kids, man. Trying to show some love and teach them, encourage them to get money and do it in the right way.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what's
up,
man.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on.
For sure.
I will be following you. I'll be looking for that video with you in karaoke tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it tonight live.
That's right, and I'll be looking for it live. So,
all right, man. All right, brother.
I appreciate you. Much love, plenty of blessings to you and your wife. Yes, and man, you take care, bro, and you stay safe.
All right, man. I'm gonna pump this podcast. I can't pump it no more, bro.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Much love.
All right, then, bro.
All right, peace out.
All right, peace out.
Yeah.
We on the mission, family on the mission. We on the mission, family on the mission. We on the mission, family on the mission. We on the mission, family on the mission.